When the Thai Muay Thai legend said it, he didn't shout. He didn't insult loudly. He said it calmly, almost casually, which somehow made it worse. Filipinos, he said, arms crossed, looking around the gym. They're kind people, smiling people. But in fighting, they are too soft. The room went quiet. This wasn't some random guy talking trash on the internet. This was Somchai Ratnakorn, a retired Muay Thai champion whose name was spoken with respect across Thailand. He had fought in Lumpini Stadium. He had broken ribs with elbows. He had ended careers with knees. When Somchai spoke about fighting, people listened. And standing across from him was Miguel, a Filipino amateur fighter who had traveled all the way from the Philippines to train in Thailand not to prove anyone wrong, but simply to learn. Miguel didn't respond. He didn't argue. He didn't defend his country. He just bowed slightly, a habit he had picked up since arriving in Thailand, and said softly, "Thank you, crew." Some of the Thai fighters laughed quietly, not mockingly, more like amused. They had seen this before. Foreigners came to Thailand all the time thinking heart alone could survive Muay Thai. Most left bruised. Some left broken. A few left humbled. Miguel was smaller than most of them, lean, not bulky. His arms showed signs of training, but nothing intimidating. No tattoos, no scars that screamed warrior. Just calm eyes and a posture that suggested patience more than aggression. Somchai watched him carefully. "You train boxing, yes?" he asked. "Yes, crew. Boxing in Arnie's back home." Somchai nodded slowly. "Boxing is good, but Muay Thai is not boxing. Muay Thai's pain, long pain. You must be hard." Miguel smiled, not sarcastically, but genuinely. "Yes, crew." That smile annoyed some people. Training began like any other day. Jump ropes slapped the concrete. Heavy bags thudded. The smell of sweat mixed with liniment oil filled the air. Somchai walked around, correcting stances, adjusting guards, occasionally smacking a shin with a stick not out of cruelty, but tradition. When Miguel kicked the bag, Somchai stopped him. "Too careful," he said. "You kick like you are afraid to hurt something?" Miguel wiped his sweat. "In the Philippines, crew, we are taught to control power, especially when sparring." Somchai scoffed. "In Thailand, we are taught to break." Miguel nodded again. "Yes, crew." That afternoon, the gym hosted a light sparring session. Nothing serious. Just rounds to test rhythm and composure. Somchai paired Miguel with Naran, a young Thai fighter known for his aggression. Fast elbows, heavy knees. The kind of fighter who enjoyed breaking foreigners' confidence early. The bell rang. Naran came forward immediately, pressuring Miguel into the corner, elbows slicing the air, knees aimed at the ribs. Miguel blocked, stepped back, circled. He didn't throw much, just jabs, light teeps, defensive footwork. "Too soft," someone muttered again. But something strange happened in the second round. Miguel started timing Naran, not countering aggressively, not attacking. Just watching, feeling, reading. In Filipino martial arts like Arnis and Eskrima, fighters are taught flow, not brute force, timing over strength, distance over dominance. Miguel wasn't passive, he was patient. Naran threw a heavy knee. Miguel stepped offline and tapped Naran's supporting leg with a low kick, not hard, but precise. Naran stumbled slightly. Somchai's eyes narrowed. The next exchange, Miguel slipped an elbow by millimeters. No panic, no flinch. Just calm. By the end of the round, Naran was breathing harder than Miguel. Still, when the bell rang, Somchai shook his head. "You survive," he said. "But you do not dominate." Miguel bowed again. "I am still learning, crew." That night, the fighters ate together. Rice, grilled chicken, papaya salad. Miguel listened more than he spoke. He laughed when jokes were made. He thanked everyone. He helped clean the mats without being asked. One of the Thai fighters asked him quietly, "Why you come Thailand?" Miguel thought for a moment. "To understand fighting better. And myself. Not to win?" Miguel smiled. Winning comes after understanding. The next day, Songchai announced something unexpected. There would be a gym exhibition match at the end of the week. Nothing official, no crowd. Just fighters, trainers, and a few invited guests. Miguel would fight Niran again, this time full Muay Thai rules, controlled but real. Some of the fighters exchanged looks. Songchai wasn't doing this to embarrass Miguel. He was doing it to confirm something. Before the match, Songchai pulled Miguel aside. "You know," he said, "if you lose badly, it will confirm what I said." Miguel nodded. "Yes, crew." "And if you win?" Miguel paused. "Then maybe I learned something new." Either way, Songchai studied him for a long time. "You are not afraid." Miguel shook his head. "I am afraid. I just don't let fear decide." Fight day came. No music, no cheering crowd. Just the echo of footsteps and the tension in the air. Miguel wrapped his hands carefully. He bowed to the ring. He bowed to Songchai. He bowed to Niran. The bell rang. This time Miguel was different. Still calm but firmer. He didn't rush. He didn't retreat excessively. He met Niran in the center, checked kicks with solid shin blocks, answered pressure with tight counters. His punches weren't wild. They were sharp, clean, economical evidence of years of Filipino boxing tradition, where footwork and accuracy are king. Niran tried to bully him with clinched knees. Miguel responded not with brute strength, but balance. He framed off-balanced and quietly swept Niran to the mat, not aggressively, just efficiently. The room grew quiet. In Muay Thai culture, dominance isn't always about damage. It's about control. By the third round, Niran was frustrated. His strikes were heavier, but sloppier. Miguel stayed composed. Every kick landed with purpose. Every movement conserved energy. Then it happened. Niran threw a big elbow. Miguel slipped inside, not back, but forward, and landed a short right hook, followed by a perfectly timed low kick that took Niran's base. Niran fell. Not knocked out. Just sat down. The bell rang, no cheering. Just silence. Songchai stood up slowly. He walked to the ring, looked at Niran, then at Miguel. Miguel bowed deeply. Songchai exhaled, long and heavy, like someone releasing a belief he had carried for decades. "You are not soft," Songchai said. Miguel stayed bowed. "Thank you, crew." "You are." "Disciplined." Then Songchai turned to everyone else. "This," he said, "is something many fighters forget. Hardness is not only in bones. It is in patience, in respect, in restraint." He looked back at Miguel. "In Thailand, we teach to endure pain. In the Philippines, you teach to endure life." That sentence stayed in the gym long after the fight. Later, over dinner, Songchai sat beside Miguel. "Why you never try to hurt him badly?" he asked. Miguel thought carefully. "Because fighting is not always about proving strength. Sometimes it is about proving control. In my country, many fighters fight not for glory, but for family. We learn early that violence has consequences." Songchai nodded slowly. "In Muay Thai, we grow up fighting. It feeds us. It gives us honor. But sometimes we forget why we started." Miguel smiled gently. "Maybe that's why our styles are different. Not better, just different." Songchai laughed quietly. "You came here to learn Muay Thai, but you also taught us something." The story spread not loudly, not sensationally, but quietly, gym to gym. About a Filipino fighter who didn't bark back when insulted, who didn't fight with anger, who showed that softness, when paired with discipline, could become unbreakable. Back in the Philippines, Miguel returned to his small gym. No fame, no headlines, just students waiting to train. When one of them asked, "Coach, how do we become strong?" Miguel smiled. "By learning when not to hit back." And somewhere in Thailand, a Muay Thai legend stopped calling Filipinos soft and started calling them something else entirely. Dangerously patient,